I think there are just people who are prankers and into that, and just, people who aren't. I don't know. Maybe that was an obvious statement.
If farting on someone is even a prank. Is that a
just
prank?
Let me have my one prank that I...
Okay.
No, I don't know. What else would it be, just except for just like a dick move? You
Yeah.
know? But...
Just a mild assault.
Mm-hmm.
I already had zero control.
Mm.
That's what it was.
Okay.
And then the fly started landing on my face, which I was grateful for. I was like, fuck. Because this guy's like getting embarrassed or like...
Yeah. I don't understand why he wouldn't just laugh.
laughing.
I don't understand why he wouldn't just laugh at that, because I feel like...
I think he did once it was you.
Once
it was me, because he was just like, man, this guy... He was probably thinking, man, this guy's an asshole. He's just laughing at me like...
He could be helping me.
And then, it started happening to me, and I was like, the only time I've ever been thankful that a fly has landed on my face. I just didn't want to embarrass him. He was kind of like smiling a little bit, but I was like losing it. I was like...
I like that.
I was like a friggin' mental case. Not cool. Not cool. But I had zero control.
Oh my gosh. So this guy was playing like classical piano music. Really good guy, right? But there was this outside door. So then me and Katie are sitting there. My mom's like, oh, go in and listen. You guys will like it. It's really good.
Okay.
So we go in and sit there in the chairs. And so we're facing the guy. Well, behind him is another outer door that goes out to the street and like has little steps that go down. And so midway through his performance, these guys are walking by, and you just see this guy decide, I've got this great idea. He runs up, pulls down his pants, and shoves his ass up against the, see-through door, the glass door. And he's just like squishing it against the door. But the pianist guy doesn't see him.
Okay, so that's... Yeah, that is a way that it's funny. If he was facing it, that would just be rude and horrible. But the fact that he was unaware of it, that's pretty funny.
So the guy has no idea. And my sister and I, of course, are probably the youngest people in the room, because there's just a bunch of older people coming to listen to this classical, music. Because all the young people are out in the street doing like more, I don't know, interesting
Sticking
things.
their ass cheeks on windows.
So me and my sister are just losing it. But like, we can't just get up. It's not the kind of place where once you're sitting in the audience, you can just like, people are not just walking in and out. Like, you sit there,
you're crammed.
You listen to the piece, and then you get up when there's a break, know. And so we are just cracking up like quietly, trying to be quiet. And then because we're both sitting next to each other, cracking up, we just can't stop. Just picturing this guy's lily white ass just like shoved up against the door. And this poor guy just doesn't know that it's happening behind him. Such a good moment, but so mortifying. And what almost made it funnier was that there were like some older ladies behind us. As soon as the guy, mooned us, they kind of went like, oh. They were so derisive and like disappointed. And that just like, well then...
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Because then there's the shame for me and my sister, like the youngsters, quote unquote youngsters, just like cracking up because it's a butt. It's a butt behind this stiff, kind of stuffy... He wasn't actually, the guy was super nice, but this kind of stuffy performance.
Serious,
super serious
performance.
Yeah. Maybe if he was playing jazz, would have been different. But so then my mom, I wish she hadn't told him, because like he would never have known. She told him afterwards. She's like, you got a moon during your performance. And he's like, what? And she's like, yeah, apparently. And I'm like, shh, like we told you that.
Just let him
think that his performance just was like untarnished.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like, oh, interesting.
Oh, great.
Yeah. I'm never coming back to this town. Yeah.
I think what's funny is the contrast, the seriousness, and then there's just butt cheeks being squished against the...
And clearly my sister and I showed that we could appreciate, both of those levels of entertainment and art.
Yeah. Art. Are you getting a good harvest there?
If you had just said nothing...
Sorry.
Which is what you should have said.
Sorry.
I'm not picking my nose, just FYI. I was just picking some dry skin. Sheesh. Can a girl just live her life?
Speaking of serious moments being tarnished, when I was little, and actually I was at my grandparents' house, and my grandparents were very kind of military-like, because my grandpa was in the military, and he was a cop, and he was very serious a lot of the time. So when I was little, I was at their house once, and we were eating dinner, and I farted, and it quacked against the wood of the chair, and I thought it was hilarious, but was, snap,
quacked,
instantly just put into check, because my grandpa was like, "What are you doing?"
Oh,
but serious, mad. He was not having it.
So scary. You're like this little kid finding joy in this simple little pleasure.
But looking back on it, you're eating dinner.
If someone did that now, you would backhand them and eject them out of the house.
I wouldn't.
You farted near food.
I wouldn't backhand them. I'd just be like, "What?" I would react softer than my grandpa did, but at the same time, yeah, what are you doing?
You'd be pissed.
You're farting. We're all trying to eat, and you're farting. You're filling the air with your butt smell.
But little kid farts are so different than adult farts. They're pretty mild and harmless.
Are they though?
Oh yeah, come on. It's a little butt that doesn't have a lot of years of
oomph to it.
Bacteria and I don't know, bad food.
Wow, let's really get into this.
I'm just saying.
But it was a funny sound because when you fart against a wood chair, it makes a quacky kind of sound.
I've never thought of it as a quack.
Yeah, when I was growing up, my parents would have different words for "oh, I stepped on a duck," or it's barking spiders, or whatever kind of. My dad was. Oh my gosh, I don't think I want to say that.
What?
Actually.
You can't. That's like a tease. You tease.
So he would fart and say, "Kiss for you," or blew you a kiss. Just such a gross thing, but it's so funny looking back on it.
That's funny.
I blew you a kiss. Kiss for you.
I'd prefer you didn't. Nice.
Oh yeah.
My mom used to call it, right cheek sneak. Or left cheek sneak.
Yeah, I think I've heard that one before.
Because you don't want to give it your full blast, sitting, straight. I don't know I don't know how to describe it. You might blast yourself off the chair.
Like a
so
cheek
then you
sneak?
kind of let it.
Yeah.
Just a little tilt. Saw a guy do that in Burger King in San Francisco.
Wow, classy.
Well, he was homeless. He clearly was. So he scrounged.
And it
up.
is Burger King, one of the grossest fast food.
If I had
places.
ever considered eating in, I quickly, rejected that notion after that, because he clearly had scrounged enough money to buy a Big Mac or whatever, and then was comfortable enough to just sit at the counter that was like a kind of bar stool setting, and then he's just eating, and he just leaned, and it's just. I'm like, ugh. So then I was
you disgusting
making that
freak.
old lady noise. Ugh.
Yeah, that's just gross.
I just left.
I mean, I'm a hypocrite for saying that, but you're a grown ass man.
You wouldn't do that in public though.
And I'm a grown ass man.
Yeah.
It's one thing to do it when you're a kid.
Totally
I'm just,
different.
I think I'm being funny.
Uh-huh. Why doesn't Grandpa like it?
Uh-huh. But a grown grown adult, you need to not be blowing kisses in public.
Yeah, maybe he was just signaling his contempt for Burger King, but he was eating a Burger King burger, or for all the non-homeless people in there. I don't know. He just obviously
where my homelessies at? Homelessies? Where my homelessies at?
Totally.
I'm sorry, I really botched that
No, it
one.
was good.
Nick and I were not allowed to say adult words.
Mm-hmm.
I think I called him a poop nose once or something, and my parents were like, "What did you just say?" We were not allowed to curse.
That's funny.
You're a completionist.
I am.
So you don't like to
leave anything. You want some?
Oh.
Are you okay? Are you? Are you all right? You did a me?
I gotta learn how to breathe and swallow properly.
Are you okay? Those were some cool noises.
What were we?
Anyway,
what were you talking about? I was gonna say something, but then I got all choked up.
Oh, so
yeah, you're a completionist. You can't leave a thing.
You can't put a bad book down.
You'll be reading a book and being like, "This book is
the whole time.
This book is so dumb. And I'm like, read a different book. And you'll be like, but I gotta finish it. I'm like, and it'll be like days of it.
I know.
Just
I'm
like,
sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I mean, it's your decision, and it doesn't bother me. I just want you to not be subjecting yourself to stuff you don't like just because you feel you need to complete it. Like, just put it down. It's fine. I'm not gonna judge you. Nobody's gonna judge you. You don't like it.
Judge me. That one was bad. I don't know why. I think because someone loaned it to me and I just wanted to just get through it. And it was a fast read, but it wasn't as fast as it could have been because I kept like not wanting to read it. And it was just so dumb.
Then put it down.
I know, but there is a thing about it. It's like a notch in my belt. You know, I want it to be another book. I don't know why I do it. I don't do it all the time, but there are some where I just like, I like have to push through this damn dumb book.
But you don't. Did I tell you of when
I'm not telling my super interesting story.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Are you really not?
Go ahead.
Oh, so you're just being an asshole.
No.
Okay.
No, because that
or a bath toad.
No. So the story was that I played piano for a lot of years. I lost interest, or I should have got a different teacher who was more interesting. So then we're at that same piano recital with the pressed hams guy. Mm-hmm. And another guy was playing piano, and he was about my age. And we go up and talk to him. My sister's like, "How long have you been taking piano lessons?" And I saw this coming, and I'm like, and he goes, "Oh, 10 years. And she's like, "Wow, that's interesting. My sister's been taking piano for 10 years, and you're way better than her." And I saw it fucking coming. And like, she was young, but I was like, you know, she just didn't have a filter. But I wanted to put my little hands around her little pale neck and just, anyway. And he was just like, did this eyebrow lift, like, oh, you know, like being all polite, which was worse. If he had laughed, I think it would have been better. But because he was like polite, and I was like,
he probably just saw through it and was like, oh, a sister that is trying to get to her older sister.
It wasn't intentional. It was just,
really, though?
No, it was like, because it was true. I think that's why I was so much more pissed, because, and I don't think I spoke to her for the rest of the night after that, because I was like, you little bitch. Like, yes, it's true, but you just blasted me to this guy who's like, I don't know. Excuse me. Had to happen.
Thank you all for watching.
They're not watching.
Thank you all for listening.